All right. The date is Wednesday, March 7, 2018, and this is another episode of This Week Today. Now, last week we covered a lot of stuff, so I love going to Flipboard because it's a centralized place for all of your news needs and shit like that. Now, Trump does a lot of things. One thing people don't actually discuss a whole lot is the fact that Trump has more impeach moments than any other president in history. Think about 10 or 15 years back, it was a big deal with the Monica Lewinsky thing. Now Trump has three, not two, not one, three porn stars saying that, yeah, we messed with him after he was married to his wife. It was ongoing psycho. This is how much he paid me. I mean, the girl Stormy Daniels is actually writing a tell-all. The one before that, I forgot her name, but she says she has physical proof in the form of text message and photos. So that's interesting. But then after that, Stormy Daniels came up. So I don't know how that played into the factor, but she came up. So I don't know. But it's another one that she didn't release a name yet. She's saying that she's going to write a tell-all book after Stormy Daniels. So I mean, all Bill Clinton did was get fellatio inside the Oval Office, and that was a big issue. McDonald's said they're flipping their iconic arches upside down on an unprecedented statement. I would definitely tell you this. They said they're making a move this week to put real beef inside of the quarter pounder, not the any other burger but the quarter pounder for some weird reason. Jupiter's interior. Man, that's photoshopped. How would they know? Let's see. New discovered super deep diamond reveals a rare earth mineral inside. Okay, yeah, great. Okay. Let's talk about this. The sea levels rising in San Francisco Bay, which is easier to see because San Francisco Bay, a lot of it sits between 10 and 15 feet underneath the water, just like New Orleans, you know. So that's easy to see. Global warming is becoming an issue, but I don't think it's. I always allude to the same fact. I don't think that it's man-made. I think that this is something the Earth is going through. It's been here for billions of years. It goes through cycles. Death row inmate sues after botched eviction execution. That's pretty funny. I guess they didn't kill him right, so he came back and told him, y'all should have did it this way. Um, let's see. The process of cannabis. Okay. It's a big push for cannabis. Cannabis is definitely going to be legal in the next 10 to 15 years. Better believe it. The cryptocurrency, okay, Bitcoin drives after SEC says crypto platform must be registered. Okay, we'll see about that. Kim Kardashian plays softball in a bra, okay, and Yeezy sneakers. It's just a ploy for her to sell more sneakers for him because in return she gets paid more. That's all that is. Let's see, let's see. It's a tell-all book that I was just reading about. That uh, a male escort for a male escort inside of Rome that was writing. Well, it's actually in Italy, and he was talking about the priests and how the priests, what all they wanted from him. And he first thought when he was being bought and paid for by these older men, they were judges and things of that nature. Later on, he found out that they were priests, and you'd be amazed all the things he has inside this book. It's a tell-all dossier. So that's out now, and people still believe in Catholicism. That's their problem. Teen inhales cancer causing chemicals in e-cigarettes. Well, I mean, the vapes and all the things of that nature. I mean, we already know that that stuff is like that stuff that be inside the fog emitters. That's that same material they have. They just put it inside of a cigarette and gave it a tasteful taste. Two conspiracy theorists have been arrested for harassing survivors of the Texas shootings or whatever. Yeah, that's because they retarded. You know, you got people saying this stuff is fake, just like the Las Vegas killings and mass shooting was a fake thing. That's crazy. Something wrong with them. Gotta leave those people alone. Yale student found not guilty inside a rape trial. Just like all those guys that every year or two they do a hazing ritual between Yale and the Ivy League schools and they kill somebody. And they all are found not guilty or have no association. They give them a slap on the wrist. You have a good night. That's what they tell them. Oh, they says affair with Trump's the last before the marriage. See, exactly. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, well, whatever. This week is a real big week for quantum mechanics as well because I reckon that's Google. Google just dropped a new software that they're going to be selling to all these other different tech startups or whatever, where it's going to make quantum computers more accessible to the everyday layman. It's still a commercial process, so it's like 5 or 6 years away from that. Yeah, they say that a former student that was shooting all his kids in Florida, he was laughing and joking in court. He was snickering. Right to repair bill. I don't know what's that about. I know that Apple, you have to send your Apple computers off. That's crazy. Oh yeah, they had a big volcanic eruption. What was that? Japan? Yeah, in Japan or whatnot. That's a big deal. A lot of flights were grounded today and yesterday. Okay. Will Smith and Jay. It's a big thing to push with Jaden Smith. In the last week they've been talking about Jaden Smith. He gave hundreds of millions of dollars, not hundreds of millions, but tens of millions of dollars. Him and his daddy. They're trying to push him up for some reason. They was talking about philanthropy, how he donated so much money, and so forth and so on. I've been seeing him and his sister inside of the news for some weird reason this week. So I don't know what's up with that. That's something interesting to look out for in the future. Saudi crown prince visits London, turn into a bitter and awkward PR battle. This new prince, the 32-year-old guy they talking about, well, no, that's the airport guy, whatever. But the young prince they talking about, he's very new to global economics, shall I say. So he's very new to the scene. So I don't know. They say FDA approves 23andMe test for breast cancer gene. What? Let's click on that and see what the hell they talking about. Because the whole 23andMe thing proved to be a scam, and so did the Ancestry.com thing. It's been selling real big. It's number one top sellers. Oh, they're gonna use the database. Yeah, I heard about this. They're selling the information for the 23andMe to private investors. I guess they're taking the information now, and after they test it for the genes, okay, tens of thousands of gene mutations are covered in the take-home kit. I guess they're testing for multiple things instead of just genes. They're going to test it for breast cancer mutations as well. I mean, when you do it, I mean, you're opening up the doorway for all of that because you're giving some unknown individual. And the way they test it is wrong too. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, but the way they test it or whatever, you could test DNA about 6 different ways. You could test it through mitochondrial, you could test it through the allele match, or you could test through what is known to be a precursor common ancestry. So I mean, that's another thing. Goodyear's been trying to be the head of ingenuity for tires. They want to make the new tire. So they had that perfectly spear tire. They was bringing out prototypes of that. So we'll see. I see this Tesla thing with the driverless cars. That's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal soon because every car is going to be driverless and autopilot, autonomous. Merkel, that's the one who's marrying Prince Charles, I think. They was talking about a lot of the hierarchy inside of the Great Britain was saying the bloodline is going to be tainted now. And a lot of people inside the news were thinking they was talking about her African American ancestry had nothing to do with that. Those Brits still hate those Scottish people to this day. She comes from a Scottish royal family, and so Scottish and Irish. So they still call them dirts and savages to this day. That's what they were referring to, but a lot of people don't know their history. Gulf War illness for vets. I mean, turmeric has a lot of properties that are untapped. It's kind of like the peanut, you know. There's a lot of properties that are untapped. A lot of people don't talk about that, but turmeric is one of those new things they're pushing. Like they was pushing alkaline water, and they start pushing pomegranate juice, and it's just something new they pushing. So it's a new thing they pushing. More than 60% of carbon in thought. Oh yeah, well, anyway. See, this goes back the first female time ever there will be a black Lady Liberty on the coin. Well, Lady Liberty sits in the Statue of Liberty actually is a black woman, but a lot of people don't talk about that. But yeah, that's all because of the Black Panther success. It's still rolling in and bringing in record numbers. And the Syrian rebels and the Kurds, they're still beefing over there in Syria, and Russia is on the forefront with that, so it's a big deal. How could Trump be in bed with Russia if they're still beefing over Syria? Now, that's a front or whatever, but I don't think so. I don't think it's that deep as the conspiracy theorists are making it. Let's see. So you're talking about the climate control. It's something they really pushing. Wells Fargo was the top banker for the NRA and gun makers. Oh, now they throwing Wells Fargo under the bus. They could have banked with anybody. It wouldn't really matter. NRA is a big deal right now. They're attacking them for all fronts. Who do they bank with? Who do you fly with? Who gives them tax breaks and shit? I don't know, man. So the photo of Mars is bizarre. You'll probably think it's fake. Let me see it. My first time seeing this. That's the photo? Okay. Sometimes a group of capsules an image that looks surreal is almost appears fake, leaving us in awe. Well, y'all took the fakest picture and then tried to. So I don't know. I don't know what that's a picture of. It's like sand dunes, I guess. I don't fucking know. Amazon's created more than 1,500 jobs in the U.S. in this U.S. state. It's probably South Carolina. Hell, I don't damn know. In Missouri. Oh, okay. Imagine how many millions of jobs that Amazon took. So whatever. Swiss residents are wrapping glaciers in blankets to keep them from melting. That's funny. Because if it's gonna melt, it's gonna melt. Nothing you can do humanly possible. Highest 330, the highest cities inside the U.S. history for murder rates. Let's see this, because you know there's a difference between murder rate and per capita. A lot of people get that confused. PA, Charleston, West Virginia. See, that's going by per capita. See, 2.62 murders per 10,000 people. Yeah, that's high compared to the per capita. Lake Worth, Florida, 2.62 total murders, 10. That's not shit. Okay, let's scroll down here a little bit. Number one is East St. Louis. It's 27 murders. 23 murders. Number two, Gary, Indiana. I heard about Gary. I ain't know it had 46 murders. That's not a lot. Need to go to see St. Louis has 188. 310. Baltimore 318. Flint 45. Yeah, they're going by per capita ratio. They're not going by actual murders. That's what they're going by. That's why the numbers are fluctuating like this. Louisiana 147. That's actually way down. Salisbury. That's where the Salisbury Steaks come from. Salisbury, North Carolina. 14. That's not a lot at all. That's actually pretty good. Orange, New Jersey. 11. East Orange and Orange is supposed to be one of the toughest places in New Jersey. 11 murders. They doing good. They ought to have. They ought to pat themselves on the back. They're actually doing good. Compton, California, 35. Well, yeah, but you got to include all these other places too around in Los Angeles. Cleveland, Ohio, 135. Jackson, Mississippi, 58. These are actually real good numbers. Orlando, where's Chicago at? North Charleston. Why they broke it up like that? Why they didn't just say Charleston? But Indiana, San Bernardino 62. That's where all the rich Ritzies at. 765. Now Chicago should be number one based off of total murders. Like I said, they're not doing it like that. That's crazy. 765 murders. I mean, it's not nothing um compared to the third world countries like Honduras, Venezuela. Their numbers be in the thousands, 2,000, 3,000 people died in 1 year. Crazy numbers. Think about all the undocumented murders because you know they like to cook people and stuff, make soups out of them. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, that's that white nationalist guy that's walking around from state to state preaching hate. Yeah, that's fine. They keep showing Michael B. Jordan. They make sure they put that B in between there too. But they keep showing him for some reason with his little shirt off with all those cuts. That's a famous, iconic photo right now. They show him actually more than the Black Panther. See, Black Panther box office Marvel movie is ninth in the biggest film history in the U.S. It's crazy. I heard like the other day it was like number 4 in movies sold all time. Chad Boswick, Bosman, that's his name. Chadwick Bosman. That Joker, that Joker's from South Carolina. Bingo. See, that's what I was trying to tell you. We know that what we're thinking. Black Panther is one of the top 10 biggest earners in U.S. history. What are the other 9? Here's the list. Yeah, Star Wars, Avatar, Titanic, Jurassic Park. And see, I think it's number 9. That's how much it sold. It's crazy. That's crazy. No one thought that movie would do so well. No one. It's a lot of talk about drone. I hear a movie that just came out called Drone Wars. Uh, Drones are going to be a thing of the future. It really is. It's going to be everywhere. I think I mentioned earlier that Amazon got the flying rights from uh, the Federal Aviation Association, FAA or whatever. So they're going to be dropping our packages via drone. So does Domino's. Domino's has been in the news a lot. Papa John's. I think it's one of those football players. He's pulling all his rights out of Papa John's. I don't know what that means for the company, but Domino's is becoming. They said Domino's is number one pizza seller. So that's something to look into. It must be something this inside the proof or a lawsuit we don't know nothing about. Eli Manning, I think that's the one. He pulled all his stock out of the company. Something's coming down the pipeline that we don't know about. Something they probably making the materials inside of the whatever they making inside the pizza. I love Papa John's, by the way. It's my favorite pizza place. I love it. Give me that works, and I'm good. Successfully treats teens with epilepsy. Yeah, see, the marijuana and the cannabis things is real good for things like that. People that had the lack of appetite, cancer patients, people who do the chemo, depression, anxiety. It's good for that type of stuff. But outside of that, they try to make it more than what it really is. It really helps though, but not like they say it does. A lot of times they put a lot of stank on it for no apparent reason, like it's a cure-all drug, and it's not that. It's not that at all. Debris from China's space station. Okay, okay. Yeah, sneakers without laces. That's something they really pushing right now for some reason. I guess they think that's futuristic. See, if we do have laces, they had a couple of laces like that, but look, the slip ins, they're really pushing that. They're really pushing that right now for some reason. Or now developing cargo on Amazon. Or now delivering. Yeah, exactly. The truckers in the next 10 years, if I was to say it would be 10 or 15 jobs, I would definitely look into. I would look into coding, autonomous computer, whatever the person is, the computer planner or the computer, you could drive it from the computer. Oh man, I definitely looking at that in the next 10 to 20 years because all trucks are gonna be autonomous, all cars. Well, you're not gonna be controlling the car remotely, but the trucks is gonna be controlled by satellite and remotely from a certain station. So it definitely is promising future within that. The next 20 years is gonna be everywhere. Because that deals with Uber and Uber Freight. But Anheuser-Busch started this about 5 years ago. When they said they just bought a whole fleet of autonomous vehicles. So truck drivers gonna be a thing of the past. Plus, it's stupid dangerous. They gotta have their own highway for trucks. Marco used to say that, and that's true. Wall Street shut down on Senate's legislation. They always shut down and closing down and threatening each other. There's no difference between Democrat and Republican. No difference. Okay. Warmest winter on record. The Earth is definitely fucking heating up. No question about it. Trump doesn't even realize or recognize that the Earth is heating up. So it's a ploy made up by Chinese people, Chinese conspiracy theorists. He says a lot of crazy shit. He does. He says whatever the hell comes to his little brain. We only voted him inside the office because we wanted to take a chance. We were tired of the regular mundane politicians. That's the only reason why the United States voted him in office. Not because they're racist and all that. Nah, it's just we knew Hillary was full of crap. People don't really like to look at it that way, but a lot of people like, man, and a lot of black people, the traditional vote of Democrat, people were tired of voting Democrat. You know, this from the black populists or whatever. A lot of people were just saying, you know what, let's give him a try. Even though he said some crazy stuff, he said a lot of crazy stuff. Invest 265 for Democrats nationwide. Alleged son beat him up. That's been everywhere. I don't know why. I give a shit. Tommy Lee's son. I don't give a shit. Flying sports car. Well, Alexa devices are laughing. Yeah, everybody was saying that. So that's been all over the news recently. How the devices sound like they're laughing at people. It's probably Bezos. They're telling you that if anybody's from the damn future, everybody's like, well, I'm from the future. I'm from the year 20. If anybody's from the goddamn future, it's him. Then also, I wanted to bring your attention that he's created this big ass fucking tower. It's a time clock, and they said it can click from here for the next 10,000 years. So if anybody from the future they don't mention Bezos time tower, then they ain't really from the future because that thing's gonna last between now and the next 10,000 years. So it's waterproof, flood-proof, volcano, all that shit. It's proof of all of that. So they don't mention that shit, they lying. Okay. Rare baby bird fossil found in diner. Why don't y'all bring those things back? If it's so rare, crossbreed it and bring it back. See, they keep talking about this Tommy Lee shit. I can give a damn. Opioid quarter. A lot of people not addressing the opioid epidemic. I'm talking about it's serious. It said over 85% of the youth's drugs and of the Generation Z's and Generation Y's contain opiates. That's extremely interesting. The gateway drug ain't weed no more. The gateway drug is ecstasy. They said over 40% of the youth took ecstasy before they ever smoked a blunt or a joint of marijuana. Yeah, yeah. U.S. says microphones found in Guantanamo Bay, legal meeting room. Okay. Talk about that damn how they sent those waves out there and made all those people sick in Guantanamo. Or that U.S. embassy inside of Cuba. That's what I'm talking about. They sent the waves out. People start throwing up. They still investigating that. They keep talking about this global awards and grant and Oscar shit. I can give a damn list. It ain't important. It's only important when you make it important. How the shape of your ears affect the way you hear. I heard stories about this before. Yeah, that makes sense. The shape of your yeah, that makes sense. Some people hear better than others. I heard about that. That's believable. Nor'easter brings widespread threat of thunderstorms. They've been talking about. They've been calling it nor'easter. I guess that Norwegian. I don't know, but it's talking about a northern region where it has big snowfall and thunderstorms and whatnot going on up there. Down south has been like 60, 80 degrees. Just know they keep talking about sea levels. It's like the fifth article. But anyway, just knowing 100 years is gonna look different. That's all. Damn, Mark Cuban involved in that Me Too shit. That Me Too shit is crazy. They talking about raising the sexual age inside of France to the consenting age to 15. This Me Too movement is actually making way for a lot of other stuff. I saw RuPaul this week on TV with no hair, without the wig on and all that. That's crazy. Oh, them two together. That's why I keep seeing Michael B. Jordan. Okay, okay. Oh, the Mojave Desert projections and renewable energy. Yeah, they talking about because Trump just lifted all of the mineral rights for all that shit out there in Nevada and all that. That protected hundreds of hundreds of millions of acres of not hundreds of millions, but hundreds of thousands of acres of Indian land and territory out in the desert. He lifted all the. He said you can go out there and mine it. You find gold out there, it's yours. He just did that in the last 2 months. Okay. They've been talking a lot about North Korea and South Korea, how they get together having a meeting. I don't see how that's relevant. Is it a peace talk? What? They keep deciding what is a planet and what ain't a planet. I grew up, it was nine, now it's eight. Now they call them exoplanets and trans Neptunic objects. Alright, that's cool. Genetic hacks. I don't know why they call it genetic hacks. It's just laboratory infused created plants and shit. You use 25% less water. That's pretty cool. Because we're coming to a point where the water in the world is going to be at an all time low. Like I said last week, we was talking about Coca Cola and all them buying the aquifer. Water is going to be like, pure water is going to be like a commodity. It's going to be traded on Wall Street. It's going to be extremely rare. I think it's rare now. Give it 50 years from now, and the it's going to be liquid based drinks, but not water based drinks. So they're gonna have like think about all the products that use water to stretch it, like carbonated water, all these things. So what they're gonna do is create a substitute liquid. It's gonna be more harmful. It's gonna be a substitute liquid other than water. Now it's time to buy out. That's why I created the idea 10 years back talking about water bonds, how you can sell water bonds and buy bonds and things of that nature. But you don't hear me though. Did Donald Trump say he was gonna bring back the industrial age? That's what he promised. He has yet to do that. We just see more corporate funding. And they keep talking about Trump shuts down this thing. They shut down this Trump thing. Who cares? It's inside of the Dominican Republic. We keep talking about it. Okay. That should be it. Oh, that's from 2011. The thing I was reading earlier with Mark Cuban. That's crazy. Why would they bring it up now? This Me Too movement is getting out of hand. Out of hand. You can tell somebody you look nice this morning. Oh, he touched me. It's getting out of hand, man. It's getting out of hand. Out of hand. Photographer and model pled guilty to nude shoot evidence. Oh, man. Let's see. That ought to do it. That ought to do it. Because it's more the bullshit. Indigenous hunters are being scapegoated for the crime. Okay, I never heard of that. Study suggests. Okay. Okay. Almost killed me, my sex addiction. Texas to send his first poised to send his two Latinos to Congress. Yeah, it'd be a transsexual president soon, and also Latino president, and also a female president. See, yeah, Coca-Cola. See, that's where they're securing these aquifers. Coca-Cola's gonna have its own like beer in a little while. They're gonna be the largest reserves. These major fortune companies, they're gonna be the largest reserves of of uh, of pure water. See, Peyton Manning, that's the one I said Eli Manning earlier, but Peyton Manning sells Papa John franchise before it split with NFL. Yeah, NFL is splitting with them. It's something he did. The owner of Papa John franchise, it's something he did. He did something wrong because he was doing real good. All the NFL and all the Super Bowl, all the people were using the Papa John's thing. Now they took it all off all the boxes. Something he did. I mean, what he said, what he did, who hand he didn't shake, who ass he didn't kiss, he did something wrong. It's cost his companies billions for battery hands. Let me click on that because that looks interesting. It's a super bug coming soon. Iowa stores may be forced to sell eggs for battery hands. I guess. I don't know. I gotta look more into that before I even discuss it. So I can't discuss something I don't know nothing about. Yeah, that should do it. They said Kim Jong Un killed his brother. That's something I was talking about earlier today. They keep talking about North Korea. The man probably doesn't have weapons of mass destruction, just like Iraq. And if he do, he's not gonna correct you like, oh, I don't have it. He's gonna keep you thinking. I know the motherfucker got rockets. Trump called him Rocket Man. Hmm. Oldest message in the bottle. That's been on the news a lot lately. I don't know why. It's a big push for blueberries too. It's a big push for blueberries. It was ginseng a year back, but now it's blueberries. Big push for it. They keep pushing blueberries for some reason. I wish I could get ahead of this trend and buy these things. Medical marijuana. Okay. Okay, that should do it. That should do it. I know I didn't cover half the stuff I was supposed to cover because there's a few things I really want to talk about. But fuck it. It's over. Fuck it. That was this week today.